Hello everyone, myself Shini and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So today I am taking you all to the Queen's house. So let's go and have a look inside the Queen's house in Greenwich. This Queen's house is architecturally important as well as being famous for its former occupants and its art collection. The famous architect Inigo Jones was commissioned to design the building in 1616 by King James I's wife Anne of Denmark, supposedly a gift from the king to apologize for swearing in front of her after she had accidentally killed one of his favorite dogs during a hunt. So this is King James I in the portrait showing, and this is Queen Anne of Denmark. However, Anne of Denmark never lived to see Inigo Jones's progressive classical design realized, dying in 1619 with only the first floor completed. It was not until 1629 when James's son Charles I gave Greenwich to his wife Henrietta Maria that work on it resumed. So this house was completed around 1636 and is considered remarkable for its break with the traditional red brick Tudor style of building and for its elegant proportions and the high quality of its interiors. It was the first fully classical building in England. The Queen's house is famous today for its extraordinary art collection, including works by great masters such as Gainsborough, Reynolds, Turner, and Hogarth. It also served as Royal Hospital School from 1892 till 1933 when it shifted to Suffolk. This painting portrays the human emotion when their family and friends were migrating to different places for adventures and job. This is the Great Hall, which is the centerpiece of the Queen's house. It is a perfect cube in shape and it sits at the heart of the building and has a first floor gallery overlooking a striking black and white marble floor depicting the geometrical design. This wallpaper depicts Pomegranate and Monkey, which had a royal connection in the sense that Henry VIII's wife Catherine had pomegranate as her royal emblem and she also had a monkey as her pet. These are the famed tulip stairs, which is believed to be the first centrally unsupported spiral stairs built in Britain. Each reed is cantilevered from the wall and supported by the stair below. Now this is the Queen's presence chamber where the famous Armida portrait of Elizabeth I is being kept. So here you can see the ceiling, which is also painted beautifully. So let's talk about the Armida portrait. Now this portrait is packed with the meaning and metaphor. Everything in this portrait displays something. Like white part of her dress shows purity, black stands for constancy, the pearls reinforce the message of purity, emphasizing her status as the Virgin Queen. The globe embodies England's colonial and trading ambitions. The crown again refers to England's quest for overseas dominion. The calm, Seascape scene behind embodies the supposed peaceful effects of Elizabeth I's good Protestant rule, while Storm portrays chaos of Catholic tyranny under Philip II of Spain. This room was used as Queen's anteroom before, though today it is being used for art collection. So, yeah, all the rooms are named like this, and it is written for what purpose every room was used. So here we can see different paintings from different period of times depicting the major events that took place at that time. All the paintings have the descriptions when they were being painted and made and what was the occasion. So, this box displays various intimate objects used by the women in the early period. And this is chatelaine, which was a waist chain worn by Victorian women that was attached to various tools for sewing and other feminine uses. Then there is a pocket watch, some rings, then some snuff boxes, and then there is another chatelaine. Now here composite silver gilt toilet service is displayed, which was often gifted to a woman on her marriage. It was a selection of objects used for her washing, dressing, hair and makeup, and would have been displayed on her dressing table. Sets were often detailed and ornamental. These are the princely collections which comprised of miniatures, classical coins and art medals. They combined the appeal of the ancient past with historical events and skilled artistry. Royal and noble portraits, Renaissance symbolism, and Christian imagery could all be collected in the form of exquisite objects. This cabinet shows objects which could come into collections as gifts, sought after purchases, or prizes of war. This room displays the pen paintings made famous by Dutch artist William van de Velde the Elder. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And this was all for today's vlog. See you in next vlog. Okay, bye. Take care everyone.